Good morning, good evening, depending on what part of the world you're in, or good afternoon. I don't know. I'm just going to wait for YouTube to catch up, and then you can let me know whether you can hear me. I'm just going to mute YouTube. It looks like it's just... sorry, I don't know why these adverts. I don't know how to switch them off on the live stream. So all you need to do is just watch that ad and skip it. But hopefully you've got me now. So let me know that you can hear me okay, and that I'm coming through. I've got a squeaky table here. I'm sitting in the dining room, and I don't know what's the matter with this table. It's a dodgy leg on it. So hopefully you can hear me, because I just need to... All good. There you go. So I thought I'd shoot this broadcast because I want to give you some little updates of what's been going on in the background, and really I want to also cover any questions that you may have. So we've got a few people in the house at the moment. We've got 13 people, 15 people watching. So hopefully there may be a few more people going to join us. But if not, you can obviously watch this. You may be watching this as I'm speaking from the recording. But we're live at the moment. And I want to tell you what it is we're doing, okay? Now we're integrating PancakeSwap v3, which I don't know whether you know about v1, v2, v3 and v4 of PancakeSwap, but v4 is not quite ready yet as far as Pancake are concerned. They're sort of getting that all set up, but v3 is here, and it's been around for a good few months now. And we wanted to integrate it so that we could open up to more pools, and also, you know, liquidity pools, and also new tokens that are not on V2, that are on V3. So tokens that are on V2, they're I think they're going to be, loads of them are going to be around for a long time on V2, because if they've got their liquidity locked up, they can't get it out and move it onto V3. So V2 is still going to work, so we're going to keep that running once we launch V3. And once we've launched V3, we're going to let it run for a little while, make sure everybody, it's okay and it's bug-free. We're obviously debugging it as we're testing it, but we're only testing it on my account. And obviously, when we want to test it on a few more people, and then then we can look at integrating another blockchain via PancakeSwap. Now, unfortunately, PancakeSwap don't have Solana, because I was hoping to do Solana. So we're going to maybe, once we get another blockchain with Pancake, we'll then look at getting another completely new DEX. Now, Pancake number 3. So that's what I want to talk to you about. And what's the benefits of number 3? Well, the first benefit is that we can integrate a lot more blockchains. And the second benefit is we can integrate more tokens, the tokens that are not on V2. So we'll have a wider audience, if you like, to trade with. Obviously, when you're trading with these meme coins, and you should always do your own due diligence and things like that. But also with V3, we can implement, or we have implemented, something that's never been done before, and I'm going to show you it in a moment. And I want to explain to you the differences that you're seeing inside your back office, maybe with V2, and that is regards to the little chart. So what I'm going to do is, before I go to getting into deep detail now, if you've got any questions about anything else to do with Johnny Blockchain, pop them in the chat, and I'll come back to those a little bit later on. And if you don't have time to stay around and watch it, if you get your question in, you can always pop back on the recording if you're busy now. Okay, so if you've got any questions, then make sure that you put them in the chat there. Right, so what I'm going to do is share the screen. I always get mixed up because I'm using this StreamYard. It's a free service that you can use. Share your screen, and it's where is it? Entire screen. That's it there, entire screen share. So hopefully you'll see my screen, and and you're seeing JonnyBlockchain. I should have put it up on my phone, but I'm sure that you are. So I'll just quickly nip over to YouTube, because I said, yeah, that's it, I've got it. So coming back, right, so on the V2 and the V3 now, we've implemented this new chart. So I'm going to you access this chart through here. This icon here, this one, if I click on this one, this is for Bonk. Okay, if I click on this square icon, that opens up Dex Screener. Now, we don't trade on Dex Screener. This is just to give you an idea of a price roughly. Now, obviously, Dex Screener are picking up their prices from V3 Pancake Swap. So they are looking at the same liquidity pool as what we are, but there may be a delay. We don't know on whether they've got faster connection or slower connection. We don't know. But this chart is purely to give you an idea. Now, when you look at this chart, you'll notice that there's no order book. Okay. So if I go over to my PowerPoint here and I go here, this is what an order book looks like on a centralized exchange. You'll have, the people that are bidding. So these are the buyers and these are the sellers. Okay. So these people want to sell their token and these people want to buy their token. Now, obviously, there's a price difference, and that's called the spread, because and the buy price, you couldn't just keep buying and selling, buying and selling, buying and selling. Okay, so the buy price will be higher than the sell price always. Okay, so you would buy, and if you sold immediately, you'd lose money. So in this case, if you were buying this token, no matter what it is, there's 81 cents in spread. So if you bought $10 worth and you sold $10 worth, tried to sell $10, you wouldn't get $10 back. You'd be, $9, somewhere around there, $9.09, 90 cents, something like that, you see, because there's this spread. Now, when you look at a centralized exchange, okay, you'll see this. Let's just make this big. When you look at a centralized exchange, you'll see this, what's called an order book. This is the order book. So you've got the people buying and the people selling. So these are the sellers in red, and these are the buyers down here in green. So obviously the people that want to, and these are limit orders, you see. So they're putting in and saying, well, when the price gets to this 29, whatever that number is there, 9969.62, that's when I want to sell. Or they may have just put them in what's called a market price and place their order directly into the order book. And as you go up the order book or down the order book, you'll see that the prices change. So you clearly see the spread when you look at a centralized exchange. So let's come back over to JonnyBlockchain. And what we're doing is we're actually trading on a liquidity pool. So now what I want to do is I want to show you, this was Bonk. Okay, so this is what everybody's doing. If we're looking at Dex Screener, if you go to PooCoin or you go to any of these websites like this that are showing you a chart, they always show you it like this. They just show you the candle movement. Okay, they don't show you an order book of what the buy price is and what the sell. They don't show you the spread, because there's always a spread. There has to be, even in a liquidity pool on a decentralized exchange, because otherwise, if the sell price was higher than the buy price, well, then you could just buy, then sell, and just keep making profit like that. So there's always a spread. You will never buy and sell for a higher price immediately. I mean, obviously you can if the market moves quickly, but you'll always find that the sell price will be below the buy price. Okay, so you can't make that instant profit. You'll always have that spread, with blockchain fees and whatever the exchange are charging. They'll obviously want to make money as well, won't they? And so they charge, there's a spread. Okay, now if you look at this chart, let's just make this chart bigger, because If I can find where it's gone. Oh well, I can't find at all now. Isn't that marvellous? But this is the type of chart that you'll see on every type of website like this that looks at DEXs. Now, we used to do the same. We used to do exactly the same. We used to show you a chart. Let's show you the new chart. So we used to show you a chart with one line on here, okay? And this is actually, we're the only people showing you this chart, because what we're doing is, this is not what you bought it for and what you're selling it for. Don't get that confused. But if you look here, it says red sell price, blue buy price. So that means what's happening in the market right now. So if you wanted to buy at this point where I've got my mouse here, the robot would buy at that point there. If you wanted to sell at this time, right, exactly the same time, the sell price is down here. Now, go back to Dex Screener. They're not showing you a buy and a sell price. You're just entering into the market and hoping that you're going to get it somewhere around the price that's currently there if you're doing a market order. And if we look at this, if I can make this, can I make it? Yeah. So you can see here, you'll see that it'll have the price running down here. Can you see that says USD there? So that's the price in dollars, which is almost like the price of Tether. But you can see that the sell price, 243.0, 244, 303, and so on, you see. So you'll see that the price here, the prices, here's the price. This was the amount. Here's the price. Now the price, if you look there, 00, maybe if I put BTC, that'd be a bit better to see. Bitcoin. Let's put Bitcoin in. Let's see if we can find a Bitcoin one. So we use this V2 pancake, and then what we do is we push this up. So we're looking at this here, and we're seeing that the price here is showing here. You see the price, and they'll all be different. They'll all be different. And the same is if somebody's buying, these prices down here, these greens, will all be different. This is obviously not Bitcoin because it's $12,000. We know Bitcoin's at around $50,000. But you can see all of these are different. So nobody's buying. And if you look, 11 hours, 9 minutes ago, 11 hours, 10 minutes, 11 hours, 11 minutes, 11 hours, 11 minutes. But if you look at that one there, and that one, those two lines there, 3846, 3735. So they bought more or less at the same time, but they got different prices. And that's because of the spread. Now, what is it we've done? What we've done is we used to use one line. If you remember, there used to be one line, and it would be this top line, which is the buy price. So what we were doing is we were putting in, our robot was watching the market, the same as what Dex Screener would do, or PooCoin would watch the market and say, this is the price we want to sell at. And what we had was we'd have a lot of abandoned trades, because when we actually went to place the order, the sell price was right down here. There was a big difference. Now, that difference could be anything from 1 cent to $1 to $5, depending on how much is going on in the liquidity pool at that particular time and how much liquidity it is. But you can see that there's a difference. So that meant our bot would stop many times, because in some cases, it would go to place the order and it would bring back a negative trade. And it brought back that negative trade because it was trying to sell here. We were thinking the bot's thinking the price is here, but actually when the order went through, the price is down here. So you can see that this is very, very important. And we're the only ones that are doing this. If there's any other DEX bot that's out there, I can guarantee you they're not doing this, because we've only introduced this, and we've looked at a ton of other bots and we can't find any of them that are doing this. They're all looking at charts like this, where there's just a price, just one price on the screen. and you think, well, that's the price I'm going to get it at, you know, because if I bring this chart up, there we go, like that. That red line there is the current price, you know. So if we go back to, let's look for cake. Let's have a look at cake. And no, let's try again, cake. Never work with children and animals on the internet. There you go, cake. Right, let's find cake. And we got it on V3 here. That's on the Ethereum blockchain. There we go. This is on the on PancakeSwap on the Binance Smart Chain. Okay. Now, if we bring this up, let's just zoom in a bit. How do we do that? Never work with children and animals. There, I can make this full now. There you go. So let's just bring this down. And we do that. There's not a lot happening with cake, but you'll see that this red line in the middle here is saying that that's the price. Well, what is that price? Is that the buy price or the sell price? Because you can't buy and sell at the same price. There's got to be a spread between it. And this is what most DEX charts show you. On a decentralized exchange, they show you the order book. They show you the middle price, but they actually show you the order book on a decentralized, on a centralized like Binance, KuCoin, any of those, HitBTC. They'll show you an order book of all the people that want to sell and all the people that want to buy. But when you look at decentralized exchanges, there's no order book. So what happens to the spread? Where's the spread gone? And that's what we've introduced. We've introduced the spread. We're now looking, basically what we're doing, our bot goes over to before you even want to buy or sell, our bot's going over to the liquidity pool and it's checking what the price is if it wants to buy and what the price is if it wants to sell right now. It brings back those two prices. We've got those two prices in our data. So that means now our bot can be more efficient. It can be more efficient where we're not wasting server power on unnecessary placing orders and causing the bot to stop multiple times. We're not placing orders at the wrong time. You know, we're not saying, well, we want to sell here when the price is down here. We're looking at this red line when it comes to selling. When it comes to buying, we're looking at the blue line. Okay, so our robot now, this new robot that's going to be available very, very soon, and we're going to implement it so it goes on to V2 as well. Our new robot that we're testing here, as you can see in the background, this is my account. We're doing some tests, and we're testing this to debug it, make sure everything's running okay. Let me just show you this. This is a problem that we noticed is this Trump. And if I go to Trump and I look at this, I've archived this. I've got Danny to archive it. Let me just see if it's which one it was. Here, look at this. So if we look, it spent $20. So let's go over to the blockchain and have a look what the problem occurred with Trump. Now, we're going to eliminate this from happening in the future. Now, this has happened in the past, you know, but we didn't know how to combat it. So basically, if you look here, it spent $20 out of my MetaMask wallet, okay, to buy Trump token. But what it actually bought was $1.57 worth of Trump that cost me $20. So the Trump that it bought was worth $1.57 and it spent $20. Now that's happened multiple times in the past. Then when that bot gets in, if you look at this bot here, you can see that the profit level means that the price of Trump would have to go up to $82 for it to get this $20 in profit. Because if you look up here, it spent $20. If I go here, let's open this one up on the blockchain. So this one, it spent $20 and it got $20.45 worth of Trump. And if we look at it, there you go, got just under 1918, obviously blockchain fees. So the price of this Trump now, look, was bought, it spent $20, it got $19.18 worth of Trump. And that was cost $20 out of my MetaMask wallet. If we look at what that price is now, it's $20.45. So basically this could sell this now and make a profit. But this other one, the price would have to go up to $80 odd, $82. So if you see here, the profit level on this one is only $6.30, where this one's got to go up to $82. Now, we couldn't solve this problem on V2, but we've solved it on V3. We didn't know it was going to happen on V3. We set the bot up, or Danny set the bot up and saw, and we tested to see what happened. We tested multiple tokens, not just the ones you see on the screen, but multiple tokens to see if this problem happened again, and it happened. But this time, Danny could see why it happened, and he can implement a fix, if you like, to stop it happening. So basically, these two, if I go back to here, these two lines are what the bot's going to be using. Now, those lines, when it bought that $1.45, would have been miles apart. They would have been miles and miles apart, you know. And the bot wouldn't know that because it wasn't looking at two lines. But we don't know what happened. Maybe the price, the liquidity pool, there was a dump around that time. The price went down by 70, just over 10%. But obviously, what it bought was a lot more than 10%. But something happened to the liquidity pool, or it could have been a front end bot, or I don't know what could have. We don't know why it happens, but what we do know is that we can prevent it from happening in the future. Now, the same toggle at the top here. So this is the price chart. So this shows you what is actually happening in the market right now. What would happen if you bought now? What price would you be roughly getting? And what would you be, if you were selling right now, what would you be getting? And if you go up to this zoom button, it will tell you where your profit margin is there. It shows you it bought here, and it's got this red line. It's got to go above this green line for that to sell in a profit or touch that green line. You see? So that you would use that zoom. So if I look at another one, let's just have a look at this one. This one keeps stopping. That one's not there. Let's have a look at this one. So as you can see, look, these lines are fairly close together. So the buy and sell price are very close. If you can see that on the screen, that says the sell price is 177 and a load of numbers, and the buy price is 178. So there's only roughly about 1 cent between the buy and the sell price. And again, if you was to zoom in on this shows you when you bought it. This red line is when it was bought. The price line, you know, that's the price of what you bought at. And this green line is where it's got to take profit. Okay. So obviously that red line, this red line at the bottom that's going up and down, the chart line, has got to cross or touch that green line before it can trigger the take profits and the bot sells. Okay. And so that's a new thing that's implemented on the chart right now, with the new bot. Now, you don't have access to the new bot. We haven't switched it on. But also, what this new bot has got is it should be able to buy and sell more frequent, because we found a way to lower the gas fees, okay, the blockchain fees. So in this instance, the blockchain fee was 10 cents. Now, in the past, if you looked at the blockchain fee for Pancake Swap could be as much as 30 cents and 20 cents. So you were looking at 40 cents for a trade. When you go on the centralized exchanges, there are a lot lower fees. But again, we've lowered the fee. We found a way of lowering the fee. And that's on the Binance Smart Chain. Now, obviously, when we go to other blockchains, the fee will be different again. So that's another thing that we've managed to do. And I don't know whether I've got one. Let's just see if I put this on Pancake as well and see if I can find one here. Let's look at this chart. Not there, sorry, the liquidity log, the trading log. And then if we look at that, look, that one there is, if I go over to it, I click it. So on the robot that you're running at the moment, the blockchain fee, where is it? It's down here. Where's the fee gone? Can't see the wood for the trees. But if I hover my mouse over it, the blockchain fee for just that one cell was 28 cents. So if we look over here, and the buy was 31 cents. So, you know, you're looking at what, 59 cents, nearly 60 cents in blockchain fees. And if we look at this one over here, it was 10 cents. And if we, let's just get this, go down a bit further. Let's close this just to show you. Let's just toggle this back off again. And we'll go down. Was it the, what was it I was looking at? Let me just check. It was, that was the Trump with the 10 cents. So I have to go to the archives. Let's just go up here. Archives. Here's Trump. And we'll go in here and we'll look at the sell blockchain fee. Okay, well, I can actually hover my mouse over there, but it should be on here. Look, 9 cents. So you're looking 19 cents to opposed to 50 odd cents. So it's a big, big difference. And that means that the robot can get into profit earlier with this new code that we've implemented. Now, obviously, I'm just testing it on some, you know, bonkers coins like Trump and things like that, because we wanted to test it on some meme coins. So I'm going to come back to the stop sharing, come back to the broadcast to see if anybody has got any questions. What's the best email to contact? Well, if you get my emails, I get so many emails, to be honest. If you really want to get in contact with me, the best thing to do is to send in a support ticket from JonnyBlockchain and say, can you forward this message on to Jeremy? That's the best way to get me, because if you send me an email, the chances of me getting it and actually reading it, because I get hundreds and hundreds of that, I get so much spam into my email, I don't even bother with it half the time. So really like to develop the you're doing. Yeah, so what we're going to do, so that new bot, we're hopefully that's going to be ready for you Monday, Tuesday time. You know, I can't say for definite because we're still testing it. And then once we've got that new bot in place and we've got it running on the V2 and V3, because it will run on both, so you'll be able to choose. Now, let's just tell you, there's no when we implement the new code for both bots, for V2 and V3, there's no difference between the bots. The only difference with V3 is we can implement more blockchains, and we can implement different tokens that, like that Trump, for example. Trump, if you go and put it on V2, there's only $1 liquidity, so there's no point in adding it. On the V3, I think there's somewhere around about $23,000 worth of liquidity. So, you know, it's still not high. We like to have at least sort of a couple $100,000 or $500,000 worth of liquidity. But there obviously there's going to be tokens that are on, you know, new tokens that are not even out yet that are going to come. And they're going to launch, or they're going to be on, and they're going to be on V3. They won't be launching on the V2. They may do, but you know, the chances are there's going to be different tokens on V2 than there is to V3. Now, we've also noticed that there's a price difference with V2 and V3. Now, I'm not suggesting for the moment that there's a possible arbitrage. But what it means is when there's a price difference, I don't mean that I don't think we're going to be doing arbitrage, because, you know, the price difference is very small. But let's just say that you bought a token, you were going to buy Bitcoin, and there's a 2 cents difference, you know. So if you bought it on V2, you'd get it 2 cents cheaper. Well, you're not going to sell it on V3 straight away, because 2 cents is going to get eaten up in the fees, isn't it? But it means that you bought it that much lower. So that means that when you do come to sell it, maybe on V3 or V2, there's a chance there that the bot can sell it that much quicker because the price has gone up slightly better on V3 than it has on V2 or vice versa. Okay, so that's something that we're still investigating, and but it looks very interesting. It looks very interesting. So I mean, I've only done half an hour. I wasn't going to do hours and hours here. So I'm looking, is there additional subscription cost if you already have the DEX? Well, if you, no, there's not. No. Your DEX access, that's for doesn't matter how many exchanges we implement, decentralized exchanges. If you pay for $25 for the year, that's it. You're not going to pay no more. We're not going to add, say, another exchange or another blockchain and say, oh, well, you've got to pay another $25. You've got to pay another $25. You paid you $25. That's it. So no, there won't be any extra fees. I will show that on the screen there, Don. So great question. But let me know, guys, if you've got any questions, because I don't want to hang around here. I just wanted to show you what we've been working on with that DEX3, that V3, liquidity pools. And I think this is the start of a game changer in regards to, the robot, taking it to the next level. And it's taken us a long time to get to this new level. And I think that once we get this milestone out of the way, we'll then be able to move on to more blockchains and more decentralized exchanges. I don't want to add more centralized exchanges. We're not got any plans for that. We really want to go decentralized, because once tokens get delisted. Obviously, tokens can get rug pulled, but Binance can just delist a token, and you don't really get any warning. And if your bot is bought at a low price, you're stuck. I mean, obviously on PancakeSwap, if the liquidity pool's locked up, it's harder for them to remove the liquidity unless they've got a load of tokens that they can just dump onto the market. But even dumping the tokens onto the market doesn't necessarily mean that it's over with the token, does it? There's still other people. If they dump them, there's people that have bought them, and those people maybe want to sell them in the future. And other people, you've got people with diamond hands that hang on. And so we want to get, and with the decentralized exchanges, they're not going to lock up your account, are they? They're not going to ask you for an extra KYC. The SEC are not going to shut you down and take the tokens off you. And tell you that the exchange that you were trading on was trading illegally and all this type of thing, So we don't want to go down the centralized route, not at this stage. We want to explore more of the decentralized because it's an untapped market, to be honest. Obviously, there is trading robots out there, but they tend to be, you've got to set them up yourself. They're not these, it's not like our trading robot. There's lots of centralized trading robots that are out there, you can go and use, but we want to go into the decentralized field. So let me hide that. Let's see what Dave says. What we've got here. I was asked today to ask you one. If there is any update on the Tron mining. No, I've not got any updates on that because it's not great at the moment, but we're still working on it. And as the Tron deposits are in the smart contract, is there a way to get no, you can't. You can't get them out of the smart contract. Anything that's in a smart contract, that's the idea. It can't be hacked. But it's not something that I'm going to be brushing under the carpet. It's something that I'm still investigating, Dave, and still exploring. We had other things that have not gone according to plan, but we've got to keep moving forward, haven't we? We've got to keep moving forward. So I'll keep you updated, Dave, on what's going on with the mining and what we're going to be doing about the Tron smart contract. Okay, a lot of people won't have a clue what we're talking about, but we will keep you. I will keep you in the loop as we move forward on that. But at the moment, I've got no new additions for that. Right, guys. If there's no more questions, then I'm going to end this broadcast because we're coming up just over half an hour. I didn't want to spend loads of time. I just wanted to bring that to you. So I'll wait for another few seconds to see if there's any more questions that are coming in. And, you know, if you want to set up a trading robot, JonnyBlockchain costs you $25 a year. If you want to set up a centralized trading robot. If you want to set up a decentralized, it's $25 a year. If you want to set them both up, it's $50 a year. And then you need some trading funds, really, and some money to cover some blockchain fees and some software service fees. So, you know, you can get started out of pocket with about $60. And then obviously you need some trading fund. Your trading fund stays inside your Binance account or inside your MetaMask. You don't give us your trading fund. Your funds stay in your wallet all the time. They're in your control. JonnyBlockchain was shut down tomorrow, or something happened to me and Danny. You know, your funds are inside your Binance account or inside your MetaMask wallet. Okay. So I don't see any more questions are coming. I want to thank you for watching, and I shall hopefully have some more news tomorrow, and I shall let you know on when we're going to be releasing the new V3 trading robot and implementing that code as well onto the Pancake V2 trading robot. Have a great rest of the day. I was going to say, oh, weekends now. It's Friday. Have a great weekend. I didn't realise, you know. Have a great weekend, and I'll speak to you soon. Tutty bye. Thanks for watching.